Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed the regular season finale of the Pokemon Go National Series. Now let's look at the winners list, and then we look at the final regular season points. There you see Dexter Black with his win becomes the first three-time winner of Season 4 in the National Series. The other multiple race winners were Kenny Johnson, Steve Larker, DJ Kirker, Max Anderson, Sean Kennedy, Keon Vargas, Lauren Martinez. And the other race winners in this league are Susan Francis, Robert Smith, Chase Marks, Isaac Gaming, Johnny Gardner, James Stabilito, and those are all the regulars. Only 14 regulars actually won a race this season, at least one race. And Avi Sachs, earlier, he won at Darlington in his one-race deal. So he had another race to his credit because of that. And Sachs won at Darlington, so he got that one win. And Gustavo Rocha actually also won it in a crossover race in that same number. So the 18 team had two wins with two different drivers that season. No Cup driver won in the National Series in Season 4, but Avi Sachs won in Darlington, like I said, and Arocha won in another race, one of the crossover races, while he was in the Truck Series. So I believe he won in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. But Gustavo Rocha did get a win in the National Series instead of the Truck Series, so he does get that credit. Joey Trickle did win at Watkins Glen. That race was never fully completed because the game crashed on me before I could complete the race, so I couldn't save the standings from there. But I do know Joey Trickle won at Watkins Glen at the last moment before the game crashed. So Trickle got credited with the win, but not here, though. I did officially credit him with the win because he was leading before the game crashed, with just a few laps to go at Watkins Glen while running in the National Series race. So he will get credit for that. So now let's look at the regular season points standings. Here we go. And here it is. The regular season points have been revealed, and your regular season champion is Steve Larker. 2 wins, gets him 3 points ahead of Chase Marks in the 1 car, and 20 points ahead of Joey Trickle, who had 1 win, but again, didn't save because Glenn crashed. Then there's Francis and Martinez in the top 5. Dexter Black, 6th in points despite 3 wins. Jay Jefferson, the highest non-winner in the points, 7th in the standings, and the rest of the top 10 on your screen. You can pause the video to find where your driver finished in the regular season points. The rest below 28th are just one-off drivers. As you can see here, all the one-offs in the season. So anyway, finally let's look at the playoff field. Here we are. This is the playoff field. As you can see, Steve Larker with the top seed at 2,025 points. Dexter Black following him with 2,020 points. All the points were added up with everybody getting 2,000 points plus 5 playoff points for every win they got. And of course, bonus points for where they stood among the playoff drivers in the regular season standings. I explained that in the Cup video, the Cup regular season finale in Montegi, so if you don't know about the format, you should go to that race at the end of that race, and I explained it in detail. So anyway, Larker 2025, then Black 2020, Lauren Martinez will have 2016, Marks 2015, Joey Trickle 2013, Susan Francis 2012, DJ Kirker 2011, and Kenny Johnson, Max Anderson, Sean Kennedy, and Keon Vargas had 2,010 points each. James Stabilito 2008, Robert Smith 2007, Isaac Gaming 2004, and I've decided to make and Johnny Gardner 2005 as well, along with Isaac Gaming. And I've decided to make one addition to the playoff field. Jay Jefferson, as I mentioned earlier, he was the highest driver in points among non-winners. There were 14 winners listed. There were actually 15 different winners this season because Trickle's win at the Glen unfortunately didn't count towards in the standings. When I measured it, because I couldn't get the results from that race since the game crashed, but Trickle got credited with the win at Watkins Glen, so he's in the playoffs. So I added him into the list. That gave us 15 drivers, and because I didn't want an odd number of drivers in the playoffs, Jay Jefferson will get the last spot in the playoffs. The 16th and final driver in the Season 4 playoff field as the highest driver in points without a win. So 2,004 points for Jefferson. The 4 points came from him standing 7th among the playoff drivers in the regular season points. So everybody got some bonus points somewhat. Anyway, 16 drivers officially in the field. That means we will cut down the field a half after round 1 to 8. And from 8 we cut down to 4. So that's how the playoffs for Season 4 of the National Series will go down. And for for some references, here's the Pokemon Quest point standings right here. Hope you guys can see it. Anyway, it's on the left side. There's a comparison. So we have 20 trucks in the Truck Series playoff field and 16 drivers in the National Series playoff field. And the eliminations are going to go on the bottom. So the trucks will be eliminating 10 drivers from the first round. It'll be down to 10, and then it'll be going down to 4. And the National Series will be from 16 to 8 and from 8 to 4. So a little bit of a stark contrast between the two series. There are some similarities in terms of the driver field. Some drivers actually got in both series. For example, Dexter Black is in the playoffs in both the National Series and the Truck Series. So congrats to him on a job well done reaching that achievement. And I believe, Joey Trickle also is in both the National Series playoffs and the Truck Series playoffs. So he too deserves some congratulations on making the playoffs in both series. And who else? Did Sean Kennedy make it both? Yeah, Sean Kennedy made it in both series. And I think Keon Vargas did. I thought Keon Vargas did, but apparently not. So only Vargas made it to the National Series playoffs. Never mind that. And is there anybody else I'm missing? Hopefully not. So I think that's pretty much it. And both Jeffersons are in, by the way. Jay Jefferson's in the National, and Joe is in the Truck Series playoffs. So hope you enjoyed this playoff weekend. We'll see you guys next time for the Cup Series cutoff race at Gravis City.